Brahma going to Vaikuntha is described, and how they were stopped by the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha, Jaya and Vijaya, and how they did not like being stopped. Being unqualified, not ready, or not ready for entering into Vaikuntha, because they were like 5-year-old kids with no clothes coming and asking and trying to enter Vaikuntha. It seemed like they were not qualified, they were kind of uninvited guests. And so Jai Vijay actually thought they were doing their duty very correctly by stopping them, saying, "Hey kids, this is not a playground or a stadium or something. This is not meant for you kids." Something like that they have said. But it's one of those rare occasions when a Brahmana also becomes angry. So the 4 Kumaras of Brahma became very angry. And they will say, "Oh, you're saying we are not qualified to enter into Vaikuntha? We think you're not qualified to be the gatekeepers." You're just not qualified because you're seeing duality in the sense that you're judging us based on our physical appearance or something. You're not grave, you're not understanding. By the way, because you have immaturely and improperly judged us and stopping us, that's an offense. How can you decide that we are neither qualified nor capable? So they take offense being stopped on way into Vaikuntha. And then, of course, the story goes on that they take 3 births, first as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, and Ravana and Kumbhakarna, then Shishupala and Dantavakra. So Narada Muni is explaining to Yudhishthira Maharaj that they were sent down by virtue of a curse, by the result of a curse given to them by the 4 sons of Brahmanas. 4 sons of Brahma, sorry, not Brahmanas. The 4 sons of Brahma cursed them because Brahma's sons became angry. And hence they took birth. And hence they were... Anyway, the important thing in today's shloka is that it is said that though Shishupala and Dantavakra were inimical to Krishna, very, very feeling jealous or angry or inimical towards Krishna. But nevertheless, it is said that the moment Lord Krishna's Sudarshana Chakra touched them, they became free from all sinful reactions. And it is said that Shishupala entered the body of the Lord, the Atma, and his original position of Jai Vijaya was restored. Because that was the last of the 3 births that they were supposed to take. So the point is that when Krishna's Sudarshana Chakra touches us, we become purified, just as in the case of Dantavakra and Shishupala. Though they were very offensive to the Lord, specifically Shishupala, very offensive to the Lord. But nevertheless, they were purified. So in this chapter, Narada Muni's, the original conversation between Narada and Yudhishthira, Narada Muni is telling Yudhishthira that the only real pure substance in this world is Krishna. Yasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabhakyabhyantara Suchihi. So when somebody remembers Krishna, chants the name of Krishna, serves Krishna, takes Krishna's prasadam or glorifies Krishna or reads about him, hears about him or even thinks about him. So it's considered as very, very purifying. Otherwise, this material world is considered not so pure place. Except for those who are connected with Krishna. When you're connected with Krishna, it's different. Then they become purified. So what do we mean by saying purified? What we mean by saying purified is they understand that they are servants of Krishna and they are meant to serve Krishna, and they understand and accept it joyfully, not as if it's a punishment. Oh, what can I do? I have to serve Krishna. It's such a big punishment. No, no, not like that. Very joyfully, very happily, they accept. Or it comes as a big relief for them that, I'm servant of Krishna. Krishna accepts me, accepts my service, recognizes me. So they very joyfully accept their Swarupa as servants of Krishna. So Narada Muni is instructing Yudhishthira that the Lord is so kind and compassionate that he gives the example. Narada Muni gives example. When the gopis glorify the Lord accepts it very nicely. Sometimes people appreciate or glorify the Lord out of fear. Out of fear. Even that the Lord accepts. He says, all right, you've come to me because you're afraid of something. I know you'll probably go away after your fearful situation is gone. You'll also go away, which is okay. I'm not surprised, but you have come to me. That's nice. I accept your service. I accept your chanting. Sometimes out of anger, like you can imagine that Rukmini must have been very angry with Krishna because Krishna forcibly kidnaps Rukmini. Whereas Rukmini wanted to give his sister Rukmini in marriage to, what's that person? Jarasandha. But Krishna changes the whole plan, kidnaps Rukmini and goes away. So Rukmini must have been very upset. So he must be thinking about Krishna in a very angry manner. But even that is very purifying. So in other words, Krishna is very unique personality. He's very loving. He's very sweet. No matter how you relate to him, he relates with you only with love and affection. No matter how you relate, how we relate with him. He relates with us in a very... Like Putana wanted to kill Krishna, but Krishna didn't accept that part. He just rewards her, saying, you came as a mother and I will look at you only like that. Not that you came smeared with poison wanting to kill me. I look at you as a mother who came to feed me. So that is Krishna's nature. So Narada is glorifying Krishna and saying, one way or other, hena kena prakarena, somehow think about Krishna, remember him, chant his name. Because there's nobody as generous, as kind, as merciful, as forgiving, as large-hearted as Krishna. But of course, the scriptures say that devotees of Krishna are sometimes even more large-hearted. Like we say that Nityananda is more large-hearted, more magnanimous than Lord Chaitanya, and then like that. So sometimes we say that on the strength of the scriptures, Lord's devotees are more compassionate, more forgiving than sometimes the Lord himself. But that's also arrangement of the Lord to show the glories of the devotee. The Lord, like Draupadi, forgave Ashwatthama, even though Ashwatthama killed her 5 sons and then tried to kill Parikshit. But Krishna said he deserves to be punished. But after he was captured by Bhima and Arjuna and dragged in front of Draupadi, Draupadi says, no, I cannot bear to see the son of my guru in such a manner. Leave him, release him. So Krishna says he deserves to be punished severely, which means even probably kill him for the crime that he has done and for the crime he tried to do in wanting to kill Parikshit. But Draupadi says, no, pardon him, leave him. And then it is said that Krishna sees this conduct. In the Bhagavatam it is said that Krishna smiles approvingly. He smiles at Draupadi and everybody very approvingly. This is very nice. So sometimes Krishna manages or arranges things to show how his devotees are even more greater and compassionate than him. More kind, like in the case of Ashwatthama. So Krishna is very kind, compassionate, very generous, very... but it so happens that in the specific case that Narada Muni is discussing, the case of the 2 doorkeepers, Jaya and Vijaya, they wronged by stopping the 4 sons of Brahma from entering into Vaikuntha. That's a very interesting episode, just as Krishna interacts through Draupadi and approves Draupadi for giving Ashwatthama, smiles at her. He says, all right, Draupadi says, so be it, forgive him. But then some symbolic punishment is given to Ashwatthama, though he is one of the Chiranjeevis, he's living forever. Some jewel on the forehead is removed and his whole luster, because he was the son of Dronacharya, he had that luster, he was the son of a great Acharya. But he becomes like a very sick, emaciated person. So his diadem on his forehead is removed and then is sent away. But nevertheless, Draupadi rescues him, forgives him, excuses him. So this original episode of Jai Vijaya committing the offense of stopping the children of Brahma sometimes is discussed very elaborately, because we see a unique aspect of the Lord. Sometimes it is said by our acharyas that the whole Leela was performed of the Sanat Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, Sanatana. These 4 Kumaras of Brahma went to the Vaikuntha gate and were stopped, because it gives the chance and opportunity to say something that he wanted to say. So it is said that it was arranged by the Lord. By the way, everything is arranged by the Lord. It happens when the Lord sanctions. So what happens when the 4 Kumaras were stopped? They curse the doorkeepers. They curse them and say that you have discriminated. You have stopped this. You made a judgment. You have thought that maybe you have judged us based on the way we look or our age or something. So that's very immature, improper, wrong. You don't deserve to be in Vaikuntha, by the way. And you don't deserve to have this post as the doorkeeper, because you don't seem to understand that you don't seem to understand how you are supposed to do this duty. How could you stop us? So the 4 Kumaras of Brahma become very angry. And then they curse. They say, you go. You deserve to be in the material world, because in the material world, people like you are there who don't discriminate, who can't understand, who judge by appearances or something like that. That's a material sentiment that you have displayed. So as soon as they curse the Jai Vijaya, then something very interesting happens, which is described in the 3rd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. There it is said that Brahma, who's narrating this story, says that after thus congratulating the sages for their nice words, Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose abode is the kingdom of God, spoke as follows. Of course, when the Lord appears there, the 4 Kumaras of the 4 sons of Brahma become overwhelmed by the beauty of the Lord, by the physical, just sheer beauty of the personality, his grace, his majesty. His very presence is so auspicious and so delighting, so creates so much happiness in the heart of the 4 Kumaras that, and then of course it is said that the smell from the tulasi leaves, which are placed on the lotus feet of the Lord, waft through the air and enter the nostrils of the 4 Kumaras. And as soon as they inhale the smell of the tulasi, which is there on the lotus feet, they have just like it is said that when Dantavakra and Shishupala were touched by the Sudarshana Chakra, all their sinful activities were wiped out. When the smell of the tulasi leaves on Krishna's lotus feet wafted through the air and entered their nostril, they also had a transformation. And suddenly it is said that out of their transformation, they become aware that they overreacted. They feel that maybe they overreacted, maybe they shouldn't have cursed Jai Vijaya. Maybe we should have asked them, maybe it was wrong, we are Brahmanas, we can't just go on cursing because we have the power to curse. Maybe it's our mistake, we overreacted. Maybe they're just doing their duty properly. It's we who overreacted. So then they, that, and we understand that when we chant Krishna's name, when we let Krishna into our life through Bhagavatam, through hearing, through chanting, through taking prasad, visiting the temple, there is, at the level of the soul, the level of the Atma, there is some transformation, and also at the level of karma. As soon as you see the Lord, as soon as you touch the lotus feet of the Lord or His holy name, actually every time we come, the lotus feet of the Lord will touch us, in the sense that the shatari is placed on our forehead. That is nothing but the lotus feet of the Lord. So there is a transformation. So suddenly the Kumaras, the sons of Brahma, will change and they will apologize. They'll say, we are sorry. Because the Lord comes and He actually apologizes. They say, we are the ones. We overreacted. We shouldn't have cursed. That's wrong. We should. They're your servants. They probably did their job the way they were asked to. But their fault. So we were maybe impetuous and childish and trying to force our way in a very inappropriate manner. So they offer apology. They offer to apologize. Lord, like that. God becomes even more affectionate. Already is affectionate by nature. More affectionate. Here is what the Lord will say. Here's what the Lord will say. Lord said, attendants of mine, Jaya and Vijaya by name, have committed a offense against you because of ignoring me. In other words, the Lord is saying, they've done a great offense by stopping you. They actually ignored me, in the sense, ignored my direction, that they shouldn't stop devotees from coming. So they ignored my instruction and they've committed a great offense against you. And then the Lord says, I approve of the punishment that you who are devoted to me have meted out to them. Actually, Krishna says, you punish them, I approve of it. I'm okay with it. Fine, you punish them. I accept it. By saying this, the Lord is actually embarrassing the poor Kumar. Already they're guilty. They're feeling they've overreacted. They shouldn't have cursed. They shouldn't have become angry. They shouldn't have questioned the right of the Jaya Vijaya to act. And so they become even more embarrassed. And then the Lord says something very nice. He says, to me, the Brahmana is the highest and most beloved personality. The disrespect shown by my attendants has actually been displayed by me, because the doormen are my servitors. So Krishna is saying, Lord Vishnu is saying something very significant. He's saying, they have offended you by stopping you. It's as good as me doing that offense. I own it up. It's not that I disown them. They did a mistake and I own it up. Sometimes in the material world, somebody else does a mistake, the boss will not accept it. It's that person's mistake. Why are you after me like that? But here it is different. The Lord is saying, I own it up. It's the Brahmanas are so beloved and dear to me, and they stopping you is an offense that they have done. But I own it up. I'll take that blame on me, not on them. It's as good as I have stopped you, and which is a big mistake. I shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. I take this to be an offense by myself, and therefore I seek your forgiveness for the incident that has arisen. So Krishna, the Lord Vishnu is saying, I'm sorry about what happened. You were stopped and my servants did that and they are my servitors. Rightly or wrongly, they have done it. Rightly or wrongly, they have done it. But I take the blame. I take the blame. And whether they ask for forgiveness or not, by the way, they asked, I'm also asking for forgiveness. Please forgive them, forgive me. Actually, the Lord doesn't say forgive them. He says, forgive me. He says, forgive me. So it completely owns up the act of his servitors, of his devotees. The Lord feels a particular proprietorship of devotees, which is very nice, which is very sweet. The Lord is saying, these were my devotees, my servitors, my servants. They've done a mistake. So don't get heavy with them. Don't become angry with them. If you want, be angry with me. They are my people. Show anger against me. But not on them. They've acted on my behalf. They're my devotees. So if they have done a mistake, I will take the blame. So this is a very sweet quality of the Lord. Actually, maybe you could say that this whole pastime happened because the Lord wanted to show the world how much He loves His devotees and servitors, those who are serving Him. Even if they have done a mistake, the Lord comes forward and says, it's my mistake, I own it up. Because the Lord wants to protect His devotees. So it's a very sweet pastime. It's not, the main part of this story is not that they were born 3 times as Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishupala, Dantavakra, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The main part of the whole pastime of Brahma's children going to Vaikuntha is this is the spirit behind. The Lord is owning up. The Lord says, you have cursed them, I will accept it. I'll accept the curse also. And I think it's okay. They shouldn't have done that. You have cursed them, I accept that. I'm not challenging, I'm not questioning that. So the Lord, what can we say? We can say He takes ownership of devotees, of His servitors. And then if they do something wrong, the Lord owns it up and the Lord takes it. The only thing we can say in the material world is, it's said that the Vaishnavas are so kind and compassionate that sometimes they pray to Krishna saying, unknowingly or knowingly he has done some offense, but Krishna, don't punish him. Maybe you can give that punishment to me. So because the Lord's devotees are also like the Lord, they're very sweet, very kind, their heart is overflowing with compassion, gentleness, that they think that if he's suffering, maybe he should be happy. It doesn't matter. Maybe I take that suffering on his behalf. So it's said that in the traditional Gaudiya Vaishnava understanding of Diksha, we take Diksha from the Guru and Guru takes our karma, and then the Guru is always praying on behalf of the disciples, saying if they have knowingly or unknowingly they've done some mistake, Krishna, kindly excuse them. Please forgive them. Like a loving parent does to his children. If the child does some mistake, a loving parent will say, go to the neighbor or whatever and apologize. Go to the school, apologize and say, my mistake that I didn't bring them up in a proper way or something. But Krishna is saying, please forgive them, don't punish them. The parents will say, so Lord Vishnu is showing the same type of affection, same type of love for his devotees, unconditional love. He's saying, yeah, they did a mistake, but please, I'm accepting the responsibility. I'm not blaming them. Like you are blaming, I won't blame them. I blame them, but I take the responsibility. I said, I think they've done a mistake, but please, I am responsible for their mistake, not really them. So this is a very sweet sentiment of the Lord. So you could say that this is one of the main highlight of this whole pastime of the 4 Kumaras of Brahma cursing Jai Vijaya. The Lord comes out and says this. Further, he also says something else. He says, in the next sloka, he says, a wrong act committed by a servant leads people in general to blame his master. So he says that though the servant has done, the blame will go to the master also, and I am owning it up. So the Lord is actually establishing a principle of dharma. Anyone in the entire world, even down to a Chandala who lives by cooking and eating the flesh of a dog, is immediately purified if he takes bath in hearing through the ears the glorification of my name, fame, etc. Vishnu is saying that if they hear, even though he may be a Chandala who cooks and eats dog meat, but if he hears glorification of my name, about me, about my Leela, about myself, he becomes immediately purified. Now you have realized me without a doubt. Therefore, I will not hesitate to lop off my own arm if it if its conduct is hostile to you. See, not only is the Lord apologizing, he's saying something even more. He's saying that I respect you, I worship you, I adore you, my dear Kumaras, my dear four sons of Brahma. That what to speak of my servants, if they do wrong, I will take that blame. I will take that blame myself. If one of the arms of my body were to in some way commit an offense against you or come, I will chop off that part of my body. The Lord is saying, I'll chop off that part of my body, lop off my arm. If anything, not to speak of servants, even if my arm were to commit an offense. So, this is quite really the essence of this whole Leela, where the Lord is saying, I own up. I will take the blame. I'm not shirking from it. And I love the Vaishnavas, the devotees. Like you, I also love my servants. I also love my servants. I will take the blame, but I won't disown them. I won't blame them. They're responsible for what has happened, but I won't blame them or punish them myself. I'll take the punishment myself. Like that. So this is how the Lord is reacting. And further he says, the Lord continued and said, I am the servitor of my devotees. My lotus feet have become so sacred that they immediately wipe out all sin. I have acquired such a disposition that the goddess of fortune does not leave me, even though I have no attachment for her. While others praise her beauty, observe sacred vows to secure from her the slight favor. Okay, here's something else the Lord is saying. Krishna is saying, Lord Vishnu is saying, I am a servitor of my devotees, and that is why my lotus feet have become so sacred, and that they immediately wipe out all sin. Yes, when you come to me, when you worship me, I wipe out your sin. But where do I get that power? I get that power because I am the servant of my servants. That is how much I care for my servants. That is how much I care for my devotees. That is how much I love my devotees. So the Lord is basically doing a balancing act. One side there are the four Kumaras. The other side there is Jai Vijaya. The Lord is not letting go of either side. One verse is glorifying Sanat Kumaras. The four Kumaras saying, you're Brahmanas, you're this. So you're very glorious. The other side is saying, here are my servants. They are my servants, completely dedicated to me. And I'm their servant. They are serving me, but I'm also serving them by protecting them in different ways. And Krishna here, the Lord is saying here that my lotus feet are so glorious because I'm the servant of my servants. In other words, once you become mine, you're mine. You're mine in every sense of the word. Even if you do mistake, I'll try and figure out some way I can save you. Once you become mine, I'm out to protect you. I'm out to save you. Like Krishna says, Name Bhaktya Pranashyati. So he's telling the four Kumaras also that you're trying to curse my servants. In a very subtle way, Lord is pointing out to the four Kumaras. Do you know how important these servants are to me? You know how much I care for them? Because they are devoted to me, what I am willing to do for them. And what is my status? The Lord is saying, because I am the servant of my servants, my lotus feet is so glorious. Do you get what I am saying? Do you all understand? Because I am the servant of my servant, my lotus feet is so glorious. My lotus feet is so special that Lakshmi Devi doesn't want to leave my lotus feet. She doesn't want to leave because my lotus feet are so glorious. Why are my lotus feet so glorious? Because my lotus feet are glorious because I'm the servant of my servant. So this is what the Lord is telling the four Kumaras. He's, in other words, he's educating them. They are mine. And actually the Lord is indicating that, you think about it now, you cursed my servants. But do you know how important they are to me? It's okay, it's a different matter that because you're Brahmanas, I'll accept that curse. I'll not challenge you. You're also very dear to me. You're also very dear to me, but they are also dear to me. Yes, maybe they have done a small mistake, but I'll stand in front of them. You want to curse them, you have to curse me first, like that. So, uh, so in other words, Narada Muni is telling Yudhishthira, once you go back to the spiritual world, once you become Krishna's own dearest servitor, there's no such thing as fall down. You don't fall down. Even if you do a mistake, the Lord protects. But in those exceptional cases where a Brahmana's curse is involved, then the Lord allows that to happen. He says, all right, you go. Because a Brahmana is cursed, another devotee is cursed. But maybe for a minimum period of time, I'll try and bring you back as quickly as possible. So there is no such thing as Krishna letting go of his devotees. Namek bhaktya pranashyati. My devotee is never vanquished. Even if a devotee, another devotee curses them, I'll try and balance it out. So the Lord is saying that, Lord is saying, you placed me in a dilemma. You're important, so are my servitors. If my servitors do a mistake, or my hand, my own limb does a mistake towards you, then I'll chop off that limb. But at the same time, my servitors, I won't let go of them because I'm the servant of my servitors. In other words, the Lord is saying I'm a complete well-wisher of my servitors. I protect them, I'm their well-wisher, I'm everything for them, and they are everything for me. I will do anything to protect them. So in this whole Leela, Yudhishthira is explaining, Narada Muni is explaining to Yudhishthira, asking him, in other words, he's asking him, now you tell me, can somebody who goes back to the spiritual world fall down? He's saying, no, they don't fall down. They come when Krishna sends them for some specific reason. They don't fall down. Because that was Yudhishthira's doubt. How once going there, you fall down again. So they are Narada is explaining that they don't fall down. You don't call that fall down. It's just that Krishna arranged it like that. Actually, we also have to understand that when someone wants to meet Krishna, a devotee wants to meet Krishna, Krishna is very anxious to meet them. No matter what is their background, he's very anxious to meet them. So when Sudama Vipra comes after a long break, comes to meet Krishna, and then he's stopped by the doorkeepers. He says, who are you? The doorkeepers ask him. But little different from the Brahmana story, sons of Brahma story. Sudama Vipra doesn't become angry and doesn't curse them. He's in a different mood. He's in a very different mood. He doesn't curse them for stopping him, like the four sons of Brahma did. They curse, but it's interesting to see that they redeem themselves later on by apologizing. They cursed and they apologized to Vishnu, saying, no, we shouldn't have done that. But Sudama doesn't curse the doorkeepers. He says, if it's okay, maybe you can go and tell Krishna. And Sudama has come, his old classmate has come to see him. He's also stopped, but he doesn't curse, he doesn't become angry. He doesn't tell them that you don't deserve to be doorkeepers of Krishna. He patiently waits there. And then they go and tell Krishna that someone has come to see you, and they mention his name, Sudama Vipra, who claims to be your classmate from the olden days or something. And then they're so surprised that Krishna drops what he is doing and comes running along with them, saying, where is my Sudama? How much separation I have been feeling from him. Why he didn't come? He comes running and then receives Sudama, embraces him. Both of them are shedding tears of happiness when they reunite with each other. And the doorkeepers are bewildered when they see this happening. So that's one instance where the doorkeepers do their duty, but they don't get cursed for it. But here they were cursed, but Krishna comes out and saves them, stands in front of them and says, it's not their mistake, treat it as my mistake. And they're very dear to me. And by the way, I am glorious. People, they know that my name purifies. That's because I'm a servant of my servants. In other words, I protect them, I take care of them. They mean so much. My devotees mean so much to me. And I am glorious. My lotus feet is glorious because I'm a servant of my devotees. This is an amazing statement for the Lord to make. It's not an ordinary statement. Krishna is making in the Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 19. He's saying, I am glorious. My lotus feet are glorious because I am servant of my servants. So then again, one more time, we have another occasion when Vibhishana wants to meet Lord Rama and then surrender to him. He's kind of stopped. Many people are suspicious of his intentions. They say, how could you come? Why did you come? You're after all Ravana's brother and you're coming the night before the battle is supposed to start. So what could be your intention? If you really wanted to join Rama's side, what were you doing all these days? You should have come before. This is not right. Something is wrong. It's fishy. We suspect your motives. And we don't think you've come with a clean heart, etc. Then Vibhishana will say, I'm not surprised that you're doubting me, you're doubting my integrity, doubting my purpose, doubting my intention. You're suspecting that I'm an agent of Ravana and maybe he's spy. After all, I'm his brother, half-brother. So I'm not surprised, but please do me a favor, inform Lord Rama that Vibhishana, who's his lifetime devotee, I'm a devotee of the Lord, inform him at least that I have come to actually have his darshan and surrender to him. And then after a great deal of discussion and back and forth between all of them, and finally Vibhishana is allowed to meet Lord Rama. Lord Rama says, no, I have to allow him to come and see me. No matter, actually the Lord says that even if he has come as a spy, as an agent of Ravana, I still have to see him. Because my doors are never shut for anybody. I have to see him. He is welcome. Like that. So Vibhishana eventually ends up meeting Lord Rama. And there's a very amazing conversation that happens. Lord Rama actually consults all his advisors, saying, what should we do with Vibhishana? And many of them give different advices. Some say he has to be rejected. Some say he should be sent back. Some say he should be arrested. Some say he should be imprisoned. But finally, Lord Rama prevails upon all of them and says, no, even if he has come with a nefarious intention, I will still accept him. And it's one of those rare occasions in the Ramayana where the Lord Rama declares that actually to kill Ravana and all his, I don't need anybody's help. I can do it just by willing. So even if Vibhishana were to act as an agent and spy and go back there, it just doesn't make any difference in the ultimate outcome. But we'll give him the benefit of doubt and accept him like that. So the Lord's doors are always open for everybody. But this Leela is unique because there is the Kumaras on one side and there is the Dwarapalakas on the other side. But we can see, just as Lord has this anxiety to meet his devotees, so he rushes out, and when Sudama Vipra comes, let's say even Vibhishana comes, he comes there. Even when the 4 Kumaras come, the Lord, even when the 4 Kumaras come there, the Lord comes to the place where they were stopped. And then he converses with one minute. So, even though there seems to have been some accident, the Lord comes there and speaks to the 4 Kumaras. And then it is said that sometimes we don't go to meet the Lord. Our acharyas explain that sometimes because we don't go, the Lord himself comes out to meet us in the Rath or on the Pallaki. Prabhupada explains that just to shower his mercy on those who have not yet, don't want to come, don't visit him. The Lord is mercifully giving them the opportunity to have darshan. So the story is that Yudhishthira asks this question, how can someone fall from the spiritual world? Narada Muni says, no, they didn't fall, they were sent for a specific reason. And in the process, when they were sent, we see the Lord, how he stands by his devotees and protects them. And the Lord says that they are mine. If they do some mistake, I take the blame for it. And then we see that the Kumaras feel guilty and apologize for cursing the Jai Vijaya and behaving in such a rude, impudent manner in front of the Lord. And then how Krishna rescues them, and how we also see in this pastime that the touch of Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra purifies everybody. Similarly, the touch of the Lord's holy name, darshan of the Lord, hearing about the Lord, chanting, even hearing, even the sound, we are touched by the sound that can purify us. So we also know that sometimes the Lord steps out because we don't have the time to go and visit. He comes out and then meets us by way of a Rath Yatra or a Palaki. But the point is, the Lord is very kind and compassionate, overwhelmingly kind and compassionate. And so in this whole pastime, we see how the Lord is balancing between the Kumaras and Jai Vijaya. And it's not lost on our acharyas that this is the spirit behind this Leela. The whole Leela is because Krishna comes out and speaks how much he loves his devotees, especially those who have dedicated servitors, how he loves them, and how he makes these statements saying, my lotus feet are precious because I am the servant of my servant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Any comments or questions? Mataji has one question. Yes, Mataji. Yeah, so the question is that if every time you do a mistake, the Lord takes the blame for it. So maybe you'll keep doing the mistake because you know that the Lord has the nature to forgive and take blame. So maybe he'll always be committing, you'll always be committing. So what's your hope? How will you change? Actually, see, devotees also have love for Krishna. They have great gratitude for Krishna. They're attracted to Krishna. And the definition of a devotee is one who wants to serve and please Krishna. Just as the definition of a disciple is one who wants to serve and please his guru. That's the definition of a devotee, definition of a disciple. So why would a disciple want to do something that would cause pain to his guru? Why would some devotee do something that would embarrass Krishna, bring pain to Krishna, put Krishna in a spot like it happened now? because they love Krishna. They only want to please him. They don't want to cause embarrassment or anxiety or something to the devotee or to the Lord. Just as much as a good disciple would never want to bring discredit, pain, embarrassment, be a source of trouble for his guru. He wants to serve, he wants to please, he wants to sacrifice, he wants to dedicate himself completely with everything that he has for the pleasure of Guru's mission or towards Krishna. Why would a devotee want to do anything else? Actually, a devotee is if the Lord is generous, so is the devotee. Devotee is always praying to the Lord, saying, even if accidentally I have done something, my Lord, please tolerate, forgive me. I'll do my best not to do something like that again. Please bless me, give me the strength, so I'll always be pleasing you and never cause pain or anxiety to you. That's what makes the devotee very glorious, because the devotee is always conscious, he's always praying, saying that, let me always do positive service that is pleasing to you, not something that causes you anxiety. Sometimes Prabhupada would call his disciples and say, you're causing me so much anxiety with all these fighting over silly reasons, silly things. You're causing me so much anxiety. So then the devotees would get together, the GBCs of those days get together, talk and resolve, and then go back to Prabhupada and say, Prabhupada, we're very sorry we caused you so much anxiety, caused you trouble, caused you anxiety. Please forgive us. We were very immature. We should not. It's wrong. So they go back and apologize to Prabhupada. Same way, devotees are always saying, when we do a yajna, at the end of the yajna, we chant this, what is it called? Mantrahinam, kriyahinam, vidhihinam, like that. We chant saying, while in the process of doing the yajna, sacrifice, worship, if there's some mistake that has accidentally happened by our neglect or by overconfidence or carelessness, my Lord, please forgive it. Please bless us so we don't repeat these mistakes. That's the beauty of a devotee. That's a sweet quality of a devotee. He's very conscious. He's always wanting to please. That's the DNA of a devotee. The DNA of a devotee, he wants to do something. So why would he not learn? So the Jaya Vijay also would become embarrassed and say, because of us, the Lord had to apologize to the 4 Kumaras. So devotees, just as much as a disciple is there, they'll do anything for Guru and Krishna. Definitely not cause anxiety. That's a qualifying metric. For that matter, devotees don't even want to embarrass the Lord by asking something from the Lord, some favor. Give me some money, give me this. They'll say, no, I'm here to serve. I'm not here to ask. I'm here to give. I'm not here to ask. Prabhupada says, devotee is so spotless in his character that if Lord stands in front of him and says, take some boon, the devotee will say, what? You have accepted me as your servant, though I am not qualified, I'm not capable, I'm not this, I'm not that. I don't want anything else. Just please tolerate me and keep me in your devotional service. Just tolerate me. I'm not deserving, I'm not worthy of so much love and affection. Kolavicha Sridhar, when during Mahaprakash Leela, Lord Chaitanya says, you must ask something. He says, because you're insisting, I'll ask something. And what does he ask? He'll say, let me be a banana seller and let you come, please you come every life as a buyer of bananas. Something like that he will ask. The devotees are very rare, very special. These are qualities that are ornaments on the personality of a devotee. And these qualities of a devotee, Krishna is attracted to. See how gentle he is, how mild he is, how thoughtful he is, how mindful he is, how careful he is. How determined he is to please me and not embarrass me. Krishna becomes obliged to such a devotee. Okay, good question. I thought she raised her hand. Yes, Mataji. Can you keep the mic closer? Keep it closer. Yeah, better, better. Okay, you're saying, what does Krishna do so that the devotees don't repeat, or what does the devotee do? That's not a part of the question, okay? So, okay, good question. What does Krishna do so that a devotee doesn't repeat the mistake? See, ultimately it also depends on the devotee's sincerity and genuineness. If a devotee is genuinely regretting and reforming and wants to reform and then admitting his mistake rather than blaming something or someone else, if a devotee is honest and admitting and praying to Krishna, praying to Guru, Vaishnavas for Shakti, so they don't repeat this mistake. And Krishna recognizes that genuineness in a devotee's prayer. And Krishna blesses, all right. May you become a better devotee. Sometimes it is said that on the recommendation of Guru or other Vaishnavas, Krishna may bless some devotee. He says, some other Vaishnava, powerful Vaishnava is asking on his behalf, so I'm obliged. When someone asks, I will grant it. Radharani asks and Krishna grants. Some other powerful devotee asks on behalf of someone else, then Krishna grants it. So either way, if we want to reform, if we want to improve reform, it is based on Krishna's granting or mercy, Krishna's blessing, Krishna, Guru, Vaishnava's blessings. So a devotee is always at the receiving end. He's always gentle, humble in his praying to Krishna. I may not have done any mistakes, but Krishna, I don't want to become proud. Please protect me so that I don't do anything wrong in future because of my pride or overconfidence. We can fall prey to pride and overconfidence also anytime because we are tatastha, we're marginal. So which is why they say that the meek, the humble, they win the world. They conquered the heart of Krishna. And if some mistake accidentally happens, Krishna makes things right, adjusts it. Like sometimes among the Pandavas, Arjuna would make a vow. He'll say, I'm going to kill Jarasandha. Not Jarasandha. Jayadratha before sunset. Krishna says, every time you make a vow like this, you know how much anxiety you're causing me? Now I've got to manipulate a whole lot of things to make your vow come true. And that's not always so nice or easy. But I have to make it come true. So you could say, he says, next time, come se kam, at least ask me before you're making a vow, no? Give me some warning, you're going to make a vow like this, I'll tell you, etc. So Arjuna, the Kshatriya spirit will overpower them, they go on making different vows at different times. Krishna says, and all of you come back to me. Then Arjuna says, I'm so confident about making vows because I know I have you on my side. You see, it's the genuine surrender of a devotee and loving reciprocation of Guru and Krishna. That's what makes devotee perfect eventually. Genuine, helpless, intense surrender and greed to serve the Lord favorably, and the Lord mercifully, lovingly reciprocating to that prayer. So both these things have to match. A devotee should have lovelyam. The Lord already has enough love. We need love. We need eagerness to serve the Lord favorably. And the Lord reciprocates. Okay, good question. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.